RosterWatch Nation, welcome back to another 2024 Rookie Spotlight. Today, covering the big bruiser, the big man, the big donkey out of Wisconsin, Braelon Allen. He's a bulldozer. He's 6'2". He's 238 pounds, and he's the youngest prospect in the entire 2024 NFL draft. I am Cody Carpentier. You can follow me on X at Cody Carpentier. Make sure you click that like button. Please click subscribe. And if you are listening on podcast, be sure to leave a 5-star review, as we'd love to get those numbers pumped up. Make sure you stay tapped in here at Roster Watch on YouTube, as well as more and more content will be coming over the course of the next couple of months. Daily, sometimes, but mostly just catching these 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The last couple of weeks, I've been doing receivers, running backs. The draft is, 7 weeks away, 10 weeks away. The combine's 2 weeks away. We're getting there, and we're getting all the inside information that you need. 2024 Rookie Spotlight, Braelon Allen, the running back out of Wisconsin. I have a second-round grade on him. I think he's going to run about the 4.50 40-yard dash in that area. Some people have him projected at 4.40, but he's 6'2". He's 238 pounds. In the open field and you're watching tape, it doesn't look like he can really crest what we saw from Breece Hall, what we saw from Kenneth Walker just a couple years ago, running a 4.39. He's a big dude. He's got some speed. He scored a 96-yard touchdown earlier this year. He's good, but I don't think he's got 4.40 in his bag. He played 3 seasons at Wisconsin. Like I said, he's coming in. He's 20 years old. He turned 20 years old a mere 3 weeks ago. He reclassified in high school to come out a year early, and he's now entering the NFL, coincidentally, 2 years early because of doing that. The play style comparable I have on him is Todd Gurley, running back out of Georgia. I kind of have a Todd Gurley plus Zeke Elliott vibe, where the thing I don't like about Braelon Allen is in the open field, he tends to run with a lot of surface area. He tends to run up and down. But when he does run between those tackles, he does cover the ball up. He does kind of run with a Zeke Elliott type of emotion where the feet continue to churn. He's always landing and extending and getting that extra yard, 2 yards, 3 yards. He did have 9 fumbles over the course of the last 3 seasons, 4 as a freshman, 4 as a junior in 2023. He's had 90-plus rushing yards in 23 out of 34 career games. He was a freshman All-American, 2-time All-Big Ten second team. I think he's got quick feet with the ability to sidestep defenders in a phone booth. And he's kind of good at adjusting his speed. He's got great burst out of the backfield. But I do think his downhill running style can kind of distract himself from utilizing his vision. I think he has good vision, but I think sometimes when he does get into those situations where he's between the tackles directly and he just wants to bang, he's just doing that. He's forgetting, like, I have eyes and I can find these holes that are here. He just tends to put the head down, like I said, run like Zeke. Whereas when he does get outside the tackles and he runs more up and down, similar to a Todd Gurley, he does have the vision. He does have the ability to make a guy miss. Receiving, pass catching is not his forte. Freshman year, 8 receptions. Sophomore year, 13. This year, 28. He's gotten better and better at it, but it's definitely not a strength of his. I don't think he has breakaway speed at the next level to score 96-yard touchdowns in the NFL. We saw Derrick Henry do it with the 4.5 speed, 4.52, 4.54. Allen can maybe, it's not going to be a key in his holster. It's not going to be a key in his holster. 1,200 yards as a freshman, 1,200 yards as a sophomore. Just missed 1,000 this year. He only had 181 carries. He's not the same as Jonathon Taylor. Everyone will say he's the next guy in line after Jonathon Taylor. Jonathon Taylor, as we know, had 2,000 yards back to back to back. This guy, essentially 1,000 back to back to back. I'm looking forward to Braelon Allen in the NFL. I think there's a key here with his age being 20, where that second contract is likely to be signed when he's 23 years old in the NFL. The third contract before he's 27 puts him in a positive spot. It can be looked at both ways because an NFL team is going to say, running backs don't really matter, so we only want a guy on one contract, whereas you're also going to get Braelon Allen young on an entire first contract if he's drafted at the late round 2, early round 3 area of the NFL draft, where you're going to get to potentially get him on that second deal, and that's going to help our ability in fantasy to have a guy like this for 6 years, or for the NFL, for a team to really maybe build around him. I don't want to say build around him like a Derrick Henry, but build around him and utilize him in a fashion that's going to help us. I think when you look at him from a fantasy perspective, he is my rookie running back number 1 overall. I know we just talked about Ray Davis this past Monday. I enjoyed Ray Davis from Kentucky. Right now, he's coming in right at around the RB 9-10 spot. Braelon Allen is my number 1. He's been my number 1 since the last summer. Expectations as a rookie can kind of be drawn back to just a couple years ago. Tyler Algier was a 4th-round pick out of BYU, was not in the same conversation that Braelon Allen is right now. He had 1,035 rushing yards as a rookie, 16 receptions and 4 touchdowns, finished as RB 29 on the season in points per game. That feels like a good floor for Braelon Allen. If Braelon Allen lands with the Chargers, lands with the Raiders without Josh Jacobs, lands with Philly potentially, lands in Dallas. I love the Dallas one, makes the most sense to me of all. And for fantasy football, that's amazing. And again, the comps I put out there of Todd Gurley and Zeke have to be looked at not as top 10 pick Zeke, top 10 pick with Gurley, right? It can't be looked like that. That's not what he is. He's a really good running back. My buddy Seth compared him from Player Profile. He compared him to A.J. Dillon, which makes me kind of want to throw up in my mouth. I don't think he's A.J. Dillon. I think he's got more abilities in the receiving game, and I think he's a better pure runner overall than A.J. Dillon, as A.J. Dillon was really good in college. But Braelon Allen's no slouch. He's had double-digit touchdowns each season at Wisconsin. He's had situations. He was attempting to jump in the portal last year. I like Braelon Allen a lot, and I think you should too. We're going to be back with more videos around these rookie running backs in the 2024 class, as well as other positions as we get closer. The NFL Combine is just 2 weeks away, and we will be live from the NFL Combine, breaking all things down when we are there. So make sure you subscribe here on YouTube to stay tapped in for that content. Ray Davis on Monday, Braelon Allen today. I'll be back on Friday talking about another Big Ten running back, Tyron Tracy Jr. from Purdue. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'll see you next time.